What's going on, family? Thank you for tuning in to today's live. You're locked in with the Coach Smook Network, and I'm your host, Coach Smook, your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality. Before we get rolling, do me a quick favor. Tap that like button, share the stream out, and if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss any of the action. Now listen, if you really rock with what we're building here, I invite you to take the opportunity to support the channel by becoming a member of the AAA family. Our mantra is authenticity above all. Everything we do, our content and our community, is built on creating and enjoying quality, authentic conversations, real insight, and real information surrounding sports entertainment. Your membership directly assists in the growth of the Coach Smook Network, and every hard-earned dollar you contribute is not only appreciated, it's paid forward. We proudly make monthly contributions to various community health and awareness organizations because impact matters. If you want to get even more involved with the community, be sure to join our Discord. You can type the command right now in the live chat or head over to our main YouTube page and click the Linktree link in the description. And for those who want to support the network directly, you can donate through multiple options: Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Every bit of support helps us continue to grow and elevate this platform. Thank you all for the love and the support and the energy you bring every single time. Now buckle up because it's time to get into the show. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's get it.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy, Coach Smook, and I got some doggone basketball March Madness picks for y'all. Let's go. We're gonna have some fun today with this live stream, y'all. I got some picks. I got my brackets ready. I did some quote unquote research, right? Did some research. So this live is not necessarily going to be like your interactive live. I'm going to definitely be responding to your comments. Definitely want to get your thoughts, get your picks, get your insights on who you're picking for whatever game. Of course, for me, I'm going to be realistic. As much as I want my Bama Crimson Tide to win it all, I'm going to have my bracket posted today, and I'm actually going to submit it live. So we're going to be here for about 45 minutes to an hour, just having fun, man. So like and share the stream. I'm going to have your comments on the screen today so y'all can make sure y'all can see y'all comments and stuff. Even if I don't get to them, y'all can see yourselves talking, and then I can go back and probably clip some of the stuff. And you know what? As a matter of fact, we're going to make it tall, and we'll see medium, big one. Yeah, it don't look bad. Look at that. That looks pretty. Let me know how they look. I got my producers in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Zach, I see you over there on YouTube. Dino, what's good, everybody in the chat? Mary J, Britt, Amanda, my team pulling up as always. They just solid. I need to stop watching that boy videos, man. Y'all ever see that guy, the barber, man? He got some funny videos, y'all. That dude. What's good? NCAA bracket, yeah, it starts today at 11 a.m. What's up, TikTok? I see y'all over there. 11:15 a.m. So I wanted to come and get my picks in right before it kicks off. So, you know, I can't change nothing up. I got to stick with my picks. That's what I got to roll with. So shout out to everybody on TikTok. Britt, Antonio, Jay just hit the follow over there on TikTok. Appreciate y'all for pulling up over there. Yeah, you locked in? Stick around. What's up, Dalton? My guy Dalton Manning over there. On TikTok, everybody pulling up. Let me see, man. If any one of y'all available for comments, that'll be cool. If y'all ain't got to, but if you're available for comments, that'll be cool. But we got everything else. We got the men's bracket. We ready to get into it, man. I don't want to waste much time. You know, I feel like this could be one of those live videos that help the vlog. You know, I mean, it can be cut up into a VOD. Not a vlog, but a VOD. So let's get into it, man. Y'all ready to jump into it? I'm ready to jump into it. Somebody type it in the chat, say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. No intro today. Let's just get to it, man. I got my brackets up already. We got 9 viewers in the chat on YouTube. Make sure y'all continue to share it up. We want to get some interactive thoughts with people, because I think I'm gonna upset a few people with some of my upset picks. I got a Cinderella team right now, man. I think people are really sleeping on this team, and they have a quality first round matchup that if they get past them, man, they can make some noise, man. So let me go back to, I gotta zoom out. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna start the round of 64, right? That's where we started today. What's the first matchup of the day? Let's see. We got matchups at 8 p.m., 11. I thought I seen something at 11:15 a.m. Yeah, we got Kentucky and Santa Clara kicking off at 11:15. So let me share my bracket right here. Do I got the right one up here? Okay. Let's see, y'all. Let me know if y'all can see this pretty good. I don't know if y'all can see. Gonna be able to see it that good. That's why I need Jordan. I need my MacBook. All right, so it see it. I should be able to see it. Let me move the comments down here. I'll move the comments down like that. Boom. Now we got action. Roll Tide. I think we make it to the Sweet 16 Elite 8. You think so? Okay. I'm gonna give you one of those for that, because you got more confidence than I do. And I'm gonna show you. Exactly what. And this was what I was using for the example. This ain't my actual picks for the bracket. So I'm gonna just go from top to bottom, man. It just gets too confusing when you try to go separate. So top of my bracket, man, I'm gonna start off with the Arizona Long Island game. I think Arizona is my team to go, definitely be one of the Final Fours. I think right now, what you're gonna have to do to get Arizona, you're just gonna have to catch them on a horrible night. They play good defense. The number 2 offense, I believe, in the country as far as scoring efficiency. They right there in the top 5. Like they a number 1 seed for a reason, and they've been number 1 for the majority of the season for a reason. Alabama matched up against them earlier in the season. You saw the sizable difference in skill sets and just execution. Arizona is gonna get my pick for that first matchup. Then I got Villanova edging out Utah State. I just think Villanova traditionally, and no matter who they bring in on their staff, they really understand the quality of players that they want to evaluate and get on their roster. They develop rosters. That's why you see them make deep runs every 2 to 3 years, because they're actually developing players over 2 to 3, 4 years at a time. So Wisconsin at High Point. High Point is a sneaky team. They're in the tournament as one of those low seeds, but they might give Wisconsin a push for their money. And but I got Wisconsin winning. Arkansas and Hawaii. I like Arkansas. They're getting I think they're getting 2 of their guys back that they didn't have to kind of close out the SEC the regular season, but then they got some guys back during the conference tournament. So they should be pretty healthy. I think Arkansas can make a pretty solid push. And this is round of 32 that they're advancing to. BYU. I got BYU beating whoever comes out of that Texas and North Carolina State game. Is this the women's bracket? I'm on the wrong bracket, y'all. No, this is the men's bracket. I'm sorry. It's the men's bracket, right? I'm not tripping, am I? Okay, yeah, it's the men's bracket. All right. I was about to say, I seen women's tournament challenge up there, and I was like, wait, I should be in the men's bracket. So we got BYU. I got them coming out of whoever. I don't care who comes out of that. North Carolina State, BYU, anybody. I just don't see it happening. BYU is one of the better teams in the conference. I mean, in the nation right now. And I think, did they make win their conference championship? No, they didn't. Big 12, right? They didn't win it. Gonzaga, Kennesaw State. Big story behind Kennesaw State. Fast offense, high tempo, a lot of athletes. I think Gonzaga is just on a different level. Always going to be on a different level. Boss. Oh, I'm about to say. He knocked some over. All right. Miami over. Missouri. I got Missouri upset in Miami. I don't think it's really an upset. I just think Missouri plays physical. And I think they could slow Miami down. Now, Miami, if I'm not mistaken, Miami has that guard, man. Yeah, there you go. That's him, Malik. I like that kid, man. And these teams, they kind of match up style-wise. I just think Missouri just a little bit more physical. A lot of teams got Miami pulling it off. A lot of people got Miami pulling it off. I just don't see them handling it. The way that Missouri played against Florida early in the season when they were healthy, I think they got a chance to really run off with this one. You see Miami, they just inconsistent on the defensive side for me. Yeah, so I got Missouri with the upset over Miami, and my little SEC bias might be feeling that a little bit too, but they're just a lot more physical, man, a lot more physical, and I think they're going to be able to provide more of a presence around in the paint, and slow the game down against Miami. I got Purdue really running away with their side of the bracket, honestly, until they see Arizona. All right, down here in the Midwest, Michigan over whoever comes out of UMBC and Howard. I got Georgia over St. Louis. I like Georgia right now, the type of energy that they playing with. I like Texas Tech over Akron. And I like us over Hofstra. I'm going to tell y'all why in a minute. And we're going to break that game down. I like the upset, Miami, Ohio. I'm sorry, Miami, Ohio over Tennessee. I like that. I like that for this game. I think Miami, Ohio, and Wright State will be two Cinderella teams to produce the first round upsets. Wright State more so. I'm more so confident in Wright State than I am in Miami, Ohio. But Miami, Ohio, they look good yesterday against SMU, and SMU ain't no pushover. So I think they're gonna ride that momentum right into the game. Their matchup tomorrow against Tennessee. And then would it be in a neutral site and things of that nature? I don't think the hype is going to be the bright lights going to be too much for Miami, Ohio. And same thing for Wright State. They actually have like a Duke, not Duke, but they got like your Davidson and Dayton and San Diego State type of lineup, type of roster. Those teams that just can really just get out and run, but they play physical too. They play physical and they can get hot quick. And they play crazy good defense. Virginia, we know they are a well-rounded team, but they have shown spots where they give up crazy runs, and Wright State can they can go on like a 14, 15-point run over a 5-6 possession exchange, and they'll jump on you. I think they might get Virginia. I got them for the upset. I got them up for the early upset in the bracket. Kentucky over Santa Clara. I just think Kentucky they play a good brand of ball against, teams that don't match up well. They still bring in that talent. They not the Kentuckys of old, but I still think they bring that Kentucky presence, especially this year with how good the SEC was on the men's side, but men and women's side. I think you get a good matchup with Kentucky. Tennessee State, you just overmatched with this Iowa State team. Big bodies, physical. They know how to slow the ball down. They get quality shots. They're one of your top, offensive efficiency teams as far as their shot making and where they shoot their shots from. They're real balanced. All right, on this side here, where we at on this side? The South. We're going to start at the bottom. Houston over Idaho. I got Texas A&M over St. Mary's. I think St. Mary's College is going to try to get out early against A&M. A&M can get streaky from the three-point line, though. They did it in a couple of SEC matchups. Them getting in at that 10 seed is probably going to be a good spot for them because they can get an early upset and probably create some momentum to actually compete against Houston. I think they played Houston earlier in the season. I got to double check. But I like Illinois over Penn. I like North Carolina over VCU. I like Nebraska over Troy. Shout out to Troy, though, man. They play today. They actually about to tip off here in about 2 hours. I think they might give Nebraska a run for their money today, though. I just think Nebraska finds a way to outlast them. And but Troy, I feel like they done did some things down there. They got some guys out the portal, got some transfers from a couple of junior colleges. And if they can get them guys back for another year, they might end up winning the conference title again. Vanderbilt and McNeese State. Do not sleep on McNeese State. I like Vanderbilt to win it, but McNeese State, I almost went instead of trying to go to see, and I'm about to do this live. I'm about to bring Tennessee out of that because I just think Wright State is going to have to. They're going to be my Cinderella story, and I think this is the path they want. They want to knock off some powerhouses. They want to knock off the big name schools. And Tennessee, they might just have the edge as far as just skill sets available. now that they got their guard play active towards the end of the season. So I think Miami, Ohio might show some resistance in that first half, but the second half, some things going to fall Tennessee way. But if they upset them, if Miami, Ohio upset Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised. I just got a gut feeling that bracket right there, those two spots is where I feel like the upset's going to come. Wright State for sure. I'm confident in that one over Virginia. I'm confident in that one. And we'll see how it play out when they play. They play tomorrow, 12:50. I'll be somewhere watching. Probably right here. Kentucky has a scrappy team, and they can give some teams trouble. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And then you got to think they bought in that they're not the offensive team that they once was or people expect them to be. So when they do get hot, that's where they really start separating with teams when they do win. So yeah, I got Vanderbilt over McNeese. Clemson and Iowa. I'm going Iowa with this one. I like just their brand of ball. Iowa just plays a physical brand of ball. They can get up and down the floor with you if they have to. They just play a great brand of ball. Florida. I got Florida coming out of that matchup with whoever comes out of that win. UConn and Furman. I got UConn. UCF over UCLA. I will talk about that when that game comes around. North Dakota State and Michigan State. I got Michigan State. They just been looking hot. I got Louisville. Same thing. Their men and women's team. Those are some running teams. Louisville. I think they just, they got that bluegrass state. It's in the bluegrass state, and that's where the Kentucky Derby is down there in Louisville. I think it is, right? Ain't it in Louisville? It's in Kentucky. So they got some runners right now. Kansas. We saw Kansas struggling in a few games, few big time matchups. I don't think they struggle against Baptist. St. John's is a team that I had respect for way early on in the season. I think they'll be a surprise team. If they can get past Kansas in this next round, they might be a Final Four team. They play a great brand of ball. Ohio State and TCU. This was a tough one for me because both of these teams are kind of spotty. But I think I'm gonna roll with Ohio State. They got more of a big man presence. And of course, Duke over Siena. I got and then we just gonna work it. We're gonna work the matchups from the top. Here we go. We're gonna keep going, y'all. I ain't gonna take no break. Y'all keep commenting, liking, sharing. If you're on TikTok, let me see what you got to say on TikTok before we continue. Let me see what we got. And if you're on TikTok and you really want to be seen on the comments, come over to the YouTube side. Come over to the YouTube side and tap the screen, double tap it for it. Give us our like goal. Help us reach our like goal of 25 likes on the stream, and continue to support the Coach Smook Network and help us reach our 5K subscriber goal by April. By what are we trying to have it by? A-Day, April 11th. So I don't know who that is. So we're looking at it now. We have let me see. Let's get these tabs up. Yeah, y'all tap that screen on TikTok. All right, let me get my bracket back up. Here we go. We got Arizona, Villanova, Wisconsin, Arkansas in that second round of the West bracket, the round of 32. This is to advance to the Sweet 16. I got Arizona out of this bracket. I keep telling y'all, I think you're going to really have to see Arizona have a bad night, major injuries, or something crazy has to happen for them to be put out this, making it to the Elite Eight. I got them going to the Elite Eight for sure. I do think they start to find some resistance against Villanova, but then the next matchups out of Wisconsin and Arkansas, I think Arkansas beats Wisconsin. I like Arkansas, but I don't think they have enough firepower against Arizona. So that's how I have Arizona making it to the Elite Eight for sure. All right. And then out of this matchup, BYU, Gonzaga, I got BYU. I just like BYU right now. I just think BYU's a better brand of ball right now than majority of the spread that they're against in that bracket. Gonzaga is a good team, but BYU has a way of forcing you to play their pace. Right? They force you to play their pace, and they don't take bad shots. They don't commit a lot of turnovers. So it's one of those things where you just gotta pick your poison with them, and they have an answer for just about everything. I think I see them in Purdue, of course, Purdue. I think I see them going to one of those classic type games in that round. And then out of this matchup, BYU and Purdue to get to the Elite Eight, I'm putting Purdue. I'm taking the 1 and 2 seed out of this bracket. You know what? I don't know, man. I'm gonna come back to that one. I'm gonna leave it marked there. But let's finish the final, the Sweet 16. All right, so Michigan, Georgia. I got Michigan winning that one. Alabama and Texas Tech. I don't have us beating Texas Tech. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I have this feeling that Texas Tech guard play is going to really, with Aiden Holloway possibly not being able to play, Latrell Wrightsell going to be dependent on to kind of carry a lot of those minutes. You're going to see Jemison be counted on. Amari Allen, you hope he wakes up. This Hofstra game tomorrow is going to tell me a lot about what this team is going to do in the second round against Texas Tech. Now, I know Hofstra, everybody's looking at the name, everybody's thinking about the matchup. Let's talk about that game first before we get deeper into this into the tournament. Let's talk about it. So, and I see all the picks. I see the numbers. Everybody's picking this. The experts are saying this. But Hofstra has a guard in Cruz Davis. If y'all have not seen highlights from this team and how they made it to the tournament and some of the matchups that they played, this dude can go. And he's one of those style of players that when we played Arkansas, what was the guard name that went off for 49 against us? He's one of those style of players. He can go off at any moment when it comes to score it. And like Phylon, he gets to the basket and creates a lot of contact at the rim, gets to the line a lot. Right? Similar playing style. But what they do have, what Hofstra has, they have a tempo pace, a cuff, whatever his name is. Yeah, you right, Zach. They have a tempo that not many can keep up with. And that, to me, kind of plays into Alabama's favor when you try to play the up tempo because you got to hit a high rate of shots to keep up. And we know in transition, up tempo, that's Bama MO. That's the only reason I got them saving. Like, I got Bama getting past Hofstra because I really do feel like when the numbers get thrown in, the volume gets thrown in as the primary factor. I think both of the teams similar in turnover margin and also, defensive rebounding. Anytime Bama plays weak rebounding teams, we usually have pretty good success, and we usually can get more possessions. We speed up the game to create more possessions, so the numbers look better. But I think what saves us in this game, honestly. You look at this, our second leading scorer is Aiden Holloway. And you look at the player usage percentage, he is the second highest he's the third highest on the team behind Aiden Sherrill, I believe. I think Aiden Sherrill is the second highest usage behind Phylon. So as far as possessions, all in hand, you had Aiden Holloway as number 2 on the roster. So that's going to be missed. You're going to be counting on Latrell Wrightsell. Someone that can be streaky from the offensive side, can get hot, and when he's hot, you let him ride, you ride him. But we know he struggles with ball handling and committing turnovers. That's why his play, to me, honestly, that's why I think he's been limited as far as how much guard play on ball handling guard play that he's been given as far as duties and responsibility this season. I think off guard, spot up shooter, defensive presence, energy player. You got that with Wrightsell, but as far as getting the offensive quality production that you need up and down the floor, where do you find it with Holloway not being available for this game? And like I said, you got to find a way to dominate in the paint. Even if you're not scoring in the paint, the boards have to be the focus for this team. Build momentum using this game because we do have the size advantage. But like I said, the pace, if we're not hot, they can push us. They can push us. I got Bama though. I got Bama beating Hofstra. And I think people will start to understand what I'm saying about NATO's philosophy. Taking away option A for Bama, that's how you beat us. You have yet to see NATO's really make true adjustments since he began coaching at Alabama. Shout out to my TikTok family. Continue to tap that screen, man, over there on TikTok. And then we also live on Twitter and Twitch and Kick. So I make sure y'all continue to show some love, man. We got 12 viewers in the chat on YouTube. Thank y'all for tapping in. This is Thursday, man. Y'all know we don't usually do no lives around this time, but I did want to interact with y'all. We've been having some good post live interactions. So if you post live and you tapped in with the Coach Smook Network, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you share it and comment. Let me know who your picks are in this bracket. Who's your team to win it all? As a matter of fact, we'll get something queued up in the VOD if talk about the team to win it all. So that matchup, the next matchup with
Alabama and Texas Tech. I think this is the matchup where we have to play a complete game. We have to play a complete game. If I was going into this matchup just based off of pure philosophy, I'm going with the bought-in presence and the defensive presence of Texas Tech. One, because they have balanced play from their guard rotations on defense, right? They have two guards that don't get out of position when they get in mismatch opportunities. They create a lot of turnovers and mismatch opportunities when their guards kind of get sealed in the post. Their guards know how to shield very well. I mean, I started breaking Texas Tech down when I saw they was in the break. All right. And they also have two bigs that rotate. One, I think one of them is a younger. One of them is comes off the bench. I can't remember his name, but he's a real high pick and roll option. Like he's more, I think his decision making is questionable. So whoever is the big or the wing that's going to be tasked to guard him when he's on the floor, you have to be on ball pressure aggressive with him. You got to be aggressive with him, because if he's feeling comfortable and he's setting screens or he's getting that pass at the top of the key and getting the work off of that, it could get dangerous for our lack of rotation defensively. But one thing they do is they will sell out to run you off the 3-point line. So Alabama, we have to be okay with driving and getting good shots at the rim, picking up our volume with points in the paint. Phylon is very good at that. I think they'll be more so keen to trying to keep him out the paint, because we know how dominant Phylon can be when he gets in the paint, whether it's creating his own shot or pulling up at the mid range or giving it off to, kicking it off to the wing, to the open players for the open threes. Got to be able to use our spread the floor for high philosophy, right? But you got to have activity off screen. Got to have your bigs active. Got to keep a Got to keep a threat at the rim offensively, right? And then defensively, I think we just do our best to keep on ball pressure. They have a dominant rebounding presence. I even think their guards. I know JT Toppin is one of their wing players. I think he's their small forward. But their guards even get active on the boards. They're very bought in to get on the board. So with that, you just kind of try to play tempo, pick up your possession count, limit their second chance points, right? You got to have that presence on the board, right? And then just protect the rim, and it gives us a chance. But I did have Texas Tech beating us in that round. In this round, Wright State, Tennessee. I'm gonna go with Wright State for the upset. We just got our notification the NCAA tournament begins in 90 minutes. So let's hurry up and get our picks in. Wright State. I got Wright State for the upset against Tennessee. Then I got Iowa State beating Kentucky. Next, I got Houston winning out of Texas A&M. Then I got Illinois over North Carolina. I think Illinois is just a better team this year. That's a quality matchup. Though with North Carolina like kind of turning the curve towards the end of the season. I know they didn't fare well in their conference tournament, but you got to think the ACC is stacked. They're top heavy. And yeah. Boss, what you doing? Sound like somebody walking around in the house. Don't get. All right. So now we at Nebraska and Vandy. Can y'all see this very well? Y'all see the picks and stuff? Okay. Maybe if I just stay right. Vandy and Nebraska. I got Vandy over Nebraska, y'all. I do think Vandy is a good team. And the way they competed in the SEC this year, they're one of those teams you just don't sleep on in the tournament. Of course, Florida would be there. Who we got? I think we had UCF over UConn. I think we had UCF upsetting UConn. No, I'm gonna go with UConn. I'm gonna have to go with UConn. There. I like the matchup. Now that I'm looking at it, I like UConn to hold steady. As someone in North Carolina, I hope UNC wins because I can't hear all the crying from the fans. I feel you all right. What's up, Rutherford? Good morning, Coach Smook. Put me in the game and roll tide, trying to give Texas Tech the belt jingle since it's March Madness week. Man, listen, I hope we can pull it off. I don't trust Nate Oates, man. Y'all can trust him. This is my bracket. I don't trust him. I have not seen Nate Oates coach a game. yet at Alabama. Yet. I have not seen him coach a game. I've seen him put good players on the floor. I've seen him recruit. I've seen him give good players access to score and do whatever they want, but I've yet to see him coach a game, y'all. I'm sorry. Louisville, I got Louisville to upset Michigan State. St. John's over Kansas. Duke over Ohio State. All right. Now we're getting to the Sweet 16. I got Duke coming out over St. John's. I got UConn. No. Hold up. Wait 1 minute. I like the Louisville matchup. If Louisville makes it out of that Sweet 16, that round of 32, I think they continue that momentum against a UConn team that hasn't been. I like UConn. Them jokers, they was hot the other night when we was watching. I like Florida over Vandy. That Florida just got mind control over the SEC right now, y'all. I don't know what they doing to us, but they got mind control over the SEC. And Vanderbilt, as good as they have been showing up, I like Florida. I got Houston over Illinois. The boys are hot right now. Like I said, I had Arizona coming out of that bracket. BYU. I like BYU. I like that over Purdue. I like that matchup. I like Michigan over Texas Tech. I like Wright State to make it to the Elite Eight. Y'all think I'm crazy? Y'all better go watch them boys, man. Y'all better go watch them boys. All right, now out of the Elite Eight, going to the Final Four. I got UConn upsetting Duke. I'm gonna take Florida over Houston. I'm gonna take Arizona to the Final Four, and I'm gonna take Michigan to end Wright State's Cinderella story. Dino said UConn for it all. I got Florida beating UConn to get to the national championship, and I got Arizona beating Michigan for the best game of the tournament, just to have two number one seeds, Florida and Arizona, for what? This will be the second year in a row? Is this the second year in a row, Florida and Arizona? Haven't they met up in like the Final Four or something recently? I got Arizona winning it all, y'all. I got Arizona. I like what they're doing. I think they bring a crazy team back next year and make another push. I think this is the last year they actually just dominate. Arizona, the total points for this game, I got Arizona winning this game 81-72. 81-72. So what's that? What's that? 153, right? 81-72. 153, right? 153 total points. If I did that wrong, that's right? 81-72. Put that in. 81-72. I'm right. Yeah. 153. I know how to add. I'm playing mind tricks on myself. So that's my bracket, y'all. That's my bracket. Let's go back to the top. Round of 64. I got Duke over Siena, Ohio State over TCU, St. John's over Northern Iowa, Kansas over CA Baptist, Louisville over South Florida, Michigan State over North Dakota State, UCF upsetting UCLA, UConn over Furman, Florida over whoever comes out of there, Clemson losing to Iowa, Vanderbilt over McNeese. And I said, be careful with watching when you watch this McNeese and Vandy game. McNeese might push Vanderbilt, and that to me is going to wake Vanderbilt up. Troy, Nebraska, same thing. That could be an upset there. North Carolina over VCU. VCU always traditionally just comes in the tournament and does something crazy and pushes a top one of those mid teams, those 5 through 9 teams. They always do that. I think they might do the same thing to North Carolina, but North Carolina will win. Illinois over Penn, St. Mary's, and Texas A&M. I got A&M. Even though I think St. Mary's might be the better team, I think just A&M just gets them on this one. Houston over Idaho, Arizona over Long Island, Villanova over Utah State, Wisconsin over High Point, Arkansas over Hawaii, BYU over Texas, Gonzaga over Kennesaw State, Missouri over Miami for the upset, Purdue over Queens, Michigan out of their bracket for real. Georgia over St. Louis, Texas Tech over Akron, Alabama taking over. We winning against Hofstra. Tennessee, they handle Miami, Ohio. Virginia loses to Wright State to start Wright State's Cinderella story. Kentucky over Santa Clara, Iowa State over Tennessee State. Then you get back to the top of the round of 32. Let's get to it. Y'all, this is crazy. I forgot how big the bracket was. Duke to beat Ohio State, St. John's over Kansas, Louisville over Michigan for the upset. UConn over UCF, Florida over Iowa, Vanderbilt over Nebraska for the quote-unquote upset, Illinois to handle North Carolina, Houston over A&M. Then I got Arizona over Villanova, Arkansas over Wisconsin, BYU for the upset against Gonzaga, Purdue over Missouri, Michigan over Georgia, Texas Tech ending our hopes of getting to the Sweet 16. Wright State upsetting Tennessee, Iowa State taking on Kentucky and winning that one. Sweet 16. And I will be doing a live party for the live watch. I hope we do beat Texas Tech. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't care about my bracket getting busted. I really hope we beat Texas Tech and make another Sweet 16 push. So, like, as a fan, but I just can't see it. As a basketball fan, I can't see it. Nate Oates, man. People get mad at me for being so like critical. I'm not taking nothing away from the wins. You can win a lot of games, but that doesn't mean you're a good coach, man. That doesn't mean you have a good philosophy. Good players find a way to win. They find a way to gel together. When you're playing at the collegiate level, you're a good player. A lot of good players are in Nate Oates' system, not thriving right now because of the philosophy, because you don't develop good players in your system. Duke over St. John's, UConn over Louisville. I think Louisville going to make a real good game against UConn, though. Florida and Vanderbilt. I think Florida just handles Vanderbilt. They got mind control over the SEC. I think I said that already. Houston over Illinois. Arizona over Arkansas. I think that's a blowout win, too. I think Arizona kind of starts getting the chance that it's their tournament to lose. BYU to upset Purdue. Michigan over Texas Tech. Wright State over Iowa State for another upset. Continuing their Cinderella story, the Elite Eight. This is going to be game central. I think this is going to be one to watch. Duke and UConn. I got UConn upsetting Duke in that one. I really do. Florida over Houston. I like Florida. I like Houston too. But I think Florida is more complete. They got a few more offensive options, and they got a crazy paint presence. And they get high flying too on that high pick and roll action. Arizona over BYU. I think the Arizona is the best team in the tournament this year. Michigan over Wright State in their dreams. Final four, we got Florida over UConn, Arizona over Michigan. And then for the final of the national championship, we got Arizona winning it 82-71. And I'm submitting my bracket right meow. Y'all give it up for everybody in the chat, man. Hey, let me know what y'all think about your boy bracket. What y'all think, man? Y'all think Arizona got a chance to win it all? Who do you all have a win it all in the chat, man? Let me know in the comments here on the Coach Smook Network. As we get ready to close out, man, I just want to come and share my bracket with y'all. I think it was fun. I think I was realistic. I love my Alabama Crimson Tide. I believe anything is possible. But I think that Texas Tech team, we get past Hofstra, and I think we do have to pay attention to this Hofstra team. We get past Hofstra, we're going to have to play our best brand of ball. We're going to have to take care of the ball. We're going to have to get quality shots in the paint because they will be dedicated to running us off the three-point line. Yes, I do want Tennessee to lose. I just think they find a way to win in that first round, man, against Miami, Ohio. That's who they will be playing against. I think they find a way to win it. But I do truly think Wright State. I'm telling y'all, Wright State against Tennessee in that second round, that will be Rutherford, McCullough. That's the game. I want Wright State to beat Tennessee rather than Virginia to beat Wright State and then they beat Tennessee, because that will be the storyline. Tennessee lost to the mid-major, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Wright State, they play good ball, man. I got Bama winning it all. Not really. I got Duke winning it. I like Duke to make a push. But if Duke and UConn see each other, I think that's what the matchup would be. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm yawning. If Duke and UConn see each other, I got UConn. Yeah, I got UConn. I think the guard play there is a lot more legit, and you're going to have a couple bigs. You're going to have a wing that can really bump with Boozer defensively, and he has to guard. He has to play both ends. And I think Big Boozer is a solid – he should be your number one pick this upcoming NBA draft. So those are my picks, though. Those are my picks. Arizona to win it all. Roll Tide to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for tapping in and hanging out with your boy for a little quiet segment. Y'all, we got highlight reviews coming up later on today, man. Y'all stick around and help us have some fun reviewing these highlights, but also helping these kids get some exposure. I'm going to set the live stream up, and then we'll also have a live stream tonight, 8 p.m., a live call-in show where we'll be talking about the Alabama defense. We'll be breaking down the depth chart. I'm actually going to build my starting lineup on the defense. I want to, and this is just speculation, not based off of anything that we've seen just of yet. We're still confirming where certain guys are playing. Being that you've seen a lot of indie drills, you've seen guys kind of moving around in different spots, especially across the offensive line, trying to get these guys set to where they're going to compete at the defensive line. You're seeing guys being moved around. The edge rushing room and bandit rooms have been kind of intermingling. Things are looking a little different this year. So we're going to project our depth chart tonight, and we're going to do a call-in show. And I want you all to call in and share your thoughts on what you think or who you think is going to line up for the first snaps kicking off against. Who do we kick off against week 1 this year, chat? Who is it week 1? I keep forgetting. I don't know why I keep forgetting. Zach, who is it? My dad asked me, is Nate Oates the best coach Alabama had? I said he is, but wouldn't win a championship without changing his philosophy. But like Coach Saban, he is too stubborn and won't change. I will say this. Best coach that best coach that Alabama has had, Eastern Carolina. I wanted to say that, but best coach that Alabama has had, that's arguable, right? I think Avery Johnson was a great coach. He just had nowhere near the resources that Nate Oates had. I think Sanders was a great coach. Those were great coaches. What's up, Shrimp, over there on Twitch? Tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in. Says, y'all give it up for my little sister, man. Always got the Twitch presence ready for her. We talking some Bama basketball. Well, we talking NCAA basketball, but Zach, I'll see that. I'll say this, Zach. I'll match it with this. Nate Oates is the most winningest coach in Alabama basketball history. I don't think he's the best coach. I think he's the most winningest coach. Nate Oates came in an era where the demand or the players that weren't getting the Duke and North Carolina offers and you know the top end offers, right? He provided a system where they kind of, the ones that were overlooked, they kind of got into the system and were able to thrive, right? Able to thrive. So we gotta be realistic about our approach when we talk about the best coach. Now, is he the most winningest? Yes, I agree. He is the most winningest. Has he produced more NBA talent in his time? Yes. Has he gotten made deeper tournament pushes? Yes. But we're talking about in an era where the talent spread is so far spread, right? That you don't have teams being able to make super teams in this day and age. So now your chances of holding your weight in the SEC and providing more opportunities for guys who are getting overlooked to be in this freelance style offense, right? And not having to be pressured to be bought into the defensive aspects of the game, which I truly is just the thing with Nate Oates' system, right? He's more so about the volume and numbers of the offensive game, trying to keep the turnovers down, creating extra possessions. I don't know what he teaches on defense. It's hard to tell, right? So, best coach, I can't say that. Most winningest coach, of course, yeah. Most successful, I'll give him that too. He's the most successful that Alabama has had. I'll give him that too. But the best coach, X's and O's is part of coaching. Like you can be a great defensive mind and have the worst athletes available, but you can look at what a defensive coach is doing philosophy wise, or a coordinator doing philosophy wise to put his guys in position, and you can just have a year where guys just miss tackles, kind of like what we had with Kevin Steele, right? Are we saying Kevin Steele is a horrible defensive coordinator because of how the defense performed that year? No, a lot of that highest number of missed tackles on the Coach Saban's team. That's not on coaching to me. That's on players' effort, right? But putting players in the right position, that's what I consider coaching, teaching them the game, so that they develop. Nate Oates is not developing guys in this system. So that's my argument. I think it's a fair argument to have. Anybody want to have that argument? We're going to have the phone lines open tonight. We're going to have open topics. But we will definitely be talking about Alabama's defensive depth chart tonight here on the Coach Smook Network. So if you enjoyed this little segment, man, make sure you run the likes up in the chat. Make sure you've already liked, shared, and subscribed. Let me refresh this page real quick. I'll be right back, chat. All right, we're back. All right. So yeah, we'll be back tonight or later this evening. We'll be back later this evening with our Check 'em Out Coach, our first one of the series of the season, of the off season, where we'll just be looking at highlights. So if you got highlights or high school player highlights, class of 27, 28, 29, 30, even 31, if you want to have us check out your highlights or react to your highlights, drop them in the DMs, Instagram or Twitter, and we'll put them on the lineup. We already got like a list of like 15, but we want to do a long live stream. Which TikTok will be live on those platforms, and maybe Kick. We'll do it on those platforms. So make sure y'all following on our platforms, and we'll begin to post the clips from those shows on YouTube, on the YouTube channel at Coach Smook Network. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tapping in today. And remember, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Think about becoming a member of the AAA family if you haven't. We're going to show you how. And then shout out to all of our sponsors: Walk-Ons, Sports Bistro, Sports Info Solutions, Goomba Bully Kennels. We want to thank everybody, man. Helping Hands LLC, Man Standard Executive Security, but most of all, you, the AAA family. First Place Barbershop. We want to give a shout out to them. And also, we're going to be announcing a new sponsor this weekend, y'all. Well, wait, not this weekend. March 24th, we'll be announcing a new sponsor. And we're looking to have a presence with this new sponsor at A-Day. So y'all keep your eyes on the lookout for that announcement to have the Coach Smook Network and AAA family A-Day presence, where we set up at for A-Day. Is going to be a very good time, and I can't wait to experience A-Day with our community and the Bama fan base. I'm excited about this, y'all. Y'all be blessed. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me.
Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed and roll tide, man.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity. All right, family, that's going to do it for today's show here on the Coach Smook Network. Once again, I'm your host, Coach Smook, your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality. And I truly appreciate every one of you for rocking with us today. Before you head out, make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who needs to be a part of this conversation. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you stay locked in with everything we've got coming your way. We're trying to reach some goals here. And if you believe in what we're building here, I encourage you to take that next step and become a member of the AAA family. Remember, our mantra is authenticity above all. This community is built on real conversations and real insight and real information surrounding sports entertainment. Your membership directly supports the growth of the Coach Smook Network, and every hard-earned dollar contributed is not only appreciated, it's paid for through our monthly contributions to community health and awareness organizations. So you're not just supporting the YouTube channel, you're supporting a cause. Also, don't forget to check out the Coach Smook merch. We've got hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. It's a great way to show love and support for the network and rep the brand wherever you go. You can find the merch link in our main YouTube page and in the description. Put me in the game, Coach. And if you want to stay connected and get more involved with the community, be sure to join the Discord. Just type the command in the live chat or head over to our main YouTube page and click the Linktree link in the description. You can also stay connected with us directly for collaborations, appearances, community service opportunities, and business inquiries by emailing us at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com. Our staff will respond in a timely manner. And for those who want to show additional love, you can always donate directly to the Coach Smook Network through Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Every bit of support helps us continue to grow and elevate this platform. We also want to send a huge thank you to our sponsors and partners: Walk On Sports Bistro, Sports Info Solutions, Helping Hands LLC, Men of Standard Executive Security, Goomba Bully Killnos, and most of all, the AAA Phantom. None of this is possible without you. Once again, thank you for all your support, the energy, and the authenticity you bring to the space. Until next time, family, stay safe, stay locked in, and when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Catch you on the next one.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
At Walk-On's Sports Bistro, the games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages. From melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Game on.
Break it down, every snap is like a coach of the team. Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in and I kicked the dough off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, Coach Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach. That's what they say.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. Them boys over there. Look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you